Well, the forest is coming to life. It's 5 o'clock in the morning on Friday, July 15th, 2022. Sun isn't up yet, but it's getting close. I should look up what official sunrise is, but I don't remember. Anyway, aside from the mosquitoes, I had a good night. I still got a few buzzing around. I was wearing my toque and my neck gaiter covering my whole head, and I'm wearing my sweatshirt mostly just for the mosquitoes, not for cold. Just killed another one. Anyway, they're not like, oh my god, flying up your nose constantly, but there's a pretty good swarm around here, so. And there's no wind at all right now, so it's good for biking, not good for mosquitoes. Anyway, traffic on the road. Yeah, I've been up for about 15 minutes already. So I'm gonna eat the banana and drink a little bit of water and get things packed up. And I think I'm gonna do kind of what I did yesterday morning. Not so much that I wasn't on the trail yesterday morning, but if I take off kind of easy and can find a spot to park in the sun, we'll take advantage of that. I got 48 volts. I pushed it a little bit hard the last hour last night just trying to find a place because I was out in the swamp, and it was kind of like, well, I ended up having to go faster to get further before it got dark kind of thing. And it worked, but it was about 7 o'clock I think when I got to this spot last night, so it's a lot later than I typically would ride, so I did use up a little bit of the battery just doing that. But anyway, yeah. If I got any mosquito bites or not. I don't feel all tore up yet, so that's a good sign. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, load it all up and do it again. Alright, 5:40 in the morning. Sun is coming through the trees. Not where I am, but other places. Sun this early in the morning wouldn't be very intense on the panels anyway, so even if I was in the sun, I wouldn't get a useful amount, so I might as well start riding. I got enough power to run, so I ate the banana, and I think that was it for breakfast, so I'm gonna get out, and then once I get 8 o'clock or so, I can stop for a breakfast break and go like that. The trail is going to be closer to more towns today, so I should be able to stop and resupply or get something to eat or whatever. So yeah, so we'll just back it out the trail and go on, and we are going towards the sun, which again, actually, well, yeah, we're not going to get much sun for the first couple hours anyway. Most of today we're going towards the sun, so by the afternoon we'll have it behind us again. And I think we'll get out of here today, be back on regular highways again. This has been fun. I think it's like, I felt like I was stuck on the trail last night is what I'm feeling. It was like, oh, I can't get off the trail, So, anyhow. I haven't seen any bikes going past yet, so. Oh, back at Harrison, there was a gaggle of bikes. I was like, man, I hope I stay ahead of those guys. Okay, off we go. Gaggle of geese on the trail in front of me, which I cannot see because they're right into the sun. About a dozen though. They're just starting to figure out I'm here, so. On the one hand, it's funny to chase geese. On the other hand, sometimes they chase you back, so you want to be thinking about that.
pooped everywhere. It's about 6:30. I'm getting about 20 watts of charge instead of 10 by putting a rock under the wheel and tilting a little bit towards the sun. Tilting obviously does work, but I don't want to add tilting to the trailer itself. It adds complexity. It's just the first thing in the morning kind of thing. So I'll probably sit here. I already had one Cliff Bar. Getting a little bit of charge. I don't want to drag it down too low, but at the same time I know when I get 9 o'clock or so, it'll be a lot better charge. I was running at about 100 watts on the motor at about 9 miles an hour on the level, and it's all level here. So at that rate, I got 40 miles to go. I could be out the end of the trail by noon. So that'd be kind of cool. So this is the Bull Run Lake trailhead. And we are now here. Lane is where I started from, so we haven't gone a whole very far yet, but 4 miles, I think, something like that. Let's see, 29.6 to 33.5. Yeah, 4 miles, just about. This Highway 3, I was looking at the map on my phone. We're not going to go up. We're going this way, following the Coeur River. And then here, there's the North Fork and the South Fork of the Coeur d'Alene. Once we get to here, we start crisscrossing 90. So we'll go on one side of 90 and then the other side, and then parallel, and on one side again. And then Mullan, M-U-L-L-A-N, is the end of the trail. It doesn't really show which towns we'd have easy access to, like for instance Kellogg, we're on the opposite side, but there is a trailhead here, so there probably is a bridge. That kind of thing. Yeah. Here's the office, Old Mission State Park, for the trail. Anywho, I also wanted to get a shot of this. This is kind of cool. Several of the trailheads have this. So we got air compressor, or air pump. And this is to put your bike on. You lift it up and set it here so you can work on it. And a collection of tools that are all tethered so you don't steal them, which is understandable. Some of these are like that one, Park Tool, name brand tool. That's a good quality tool. So giving you some good stuff here. And at first when I saw that those all tethered, I'm like, you could barely reach. But if the bike was up on the stand, so you could work on it. It's nice that they give them to you, you know. They aren't completely messed up yet, so people aren't destroying them. And I've seen several sets like this. There was one at the beginning, and I've seen a couple others since then. But shoot. And they give you instructions like, okay, put the bike on there, boom, okay. Do your work. And you can even scan the codes if you had internet access. It tells you how to use everything. Pretty cool. Anyway, eat some more breakfast and then we'll hit the road. Alright, so we've got the Roadhouse opens in an hour. I'm not going to wait for that, assuming they're actually open. They might be. I think there's a post office over there. I saw a mailbox. This is the trailhead. That's I-90, just over there, yonder. We cross under it about a quarter mile back or so. I am waiting for the sun to shine. It's shining. I'm just charging. I'm getting almost 100 watts right now. That's pretty good. If I could tilt more, I'd get more. It is 8:30 in the morning, so the sun is still pretty low. We're getting some clouds, but very little, really. It's not a factor yet. It's more a matter of the trees are getting in the way. We have, never mind, about 25 or 30 miles left. I think it's about 30 miles left. And I got about 5 miles that stays level, and then it's going to climb about, what did I come up with? Roughly 100 foot per mile climb, which is almost nothing. If I had just the bike with no electrics and no trailer, I wouldn't even think about it. It's like pretty easy going. So I'm just hoping I don't lose any more sun, but I should be off of the trail by noon, something like that. Honestly, this a little bit of headwind now too. Anyway, that's gonna change. This trail could easily be ridden in a day. Like with a good bike and no solar and no trailer, you could ride this in a day. It's not that bad, and it's really not that hard. The last 20 miles we're going to be climbing, but it's not very steep. And the first 20 miles we were descending, and it wasn't very steep. So it's almost equal. One of the trailheads had another map that I didn't have, and it showed the elevation plot, and it's just, down, level, up, and pretty low grade. So anywho, I know I want to sit and charge, but I also want to get going, so yeah, I'll push it for a while. Almost got 48 volts again. There we go. Just a couple miles past I-90. This is pretty nice. I parked kind of off the bank to lean towards the sun. That works pretty good. Getting about 120, 125 watts now, which would be completely fine if I could get that when I'm riding. However, it's not working out that way for trees and stuff. And then, kind of troubling dark clouds coming in, so that could be a problem. So once again, you got a choice. Sitting still and getting a charge, or just pushing on. I would totally just push on, but my legs are tired from yesterday. Yeah. But I might not have any choice anyway, so if that cloud comes in and doesn't go away, I'm not going to get any charge anyway, so. But the shadows are getting shorter. Oh, now there is no shadow. Stupid clouds. Well, it keeps trying to rain, so I figured that was a good time to take a lunch break. This picnic table is somewhat under a tree, so I'm getting less drops here than I was out there. Luckily, I do have cell phone coverage here, so I was checked the weather. It said, yeah, 60% chance of rain, probably not more than 3/100ths of an inch, so not a lot of accumulation, but I did also hear thunder. So, also, it looks like the afternoon is going to clear up. So that was my other concern, is if I sit still, am I making it better or worse? I'm not getting hardly any solar anyway, so yeah, virtually nothing. I can look down and see the controller down there. So it doesn't really make sense to sit still and wait for the sun, but I also don't feel like getting rained on, so put my sweatshirt back on. It's without the sun, it's almost cold. Yeah. There was a family of ducks swimming past, but I didn't think to grab the camera until after they were disappeared. I didn't see where they went. Anyway, little bits of blue over there. Just a good time to chill out. I'm not in a hurry, so if I walked, I could get off the trail by, what would that be? Well before dark anyway, so not even worried about that. Enjoy my lunch. Came around that corner and the rain just started pouring. I'm like, okay, overpass, good. Back under I-90. I think that might be a bus stop there. There's a table with a covering over it. It's labeled Pinehurst. So we're about 24 miles from the finish now. Yeah. Dragging the battery down. Guess I don't need the blinking light too much on the trail. We'll turn that off and save a little bit. It doesn't use much, but something. It's true you do get a little bit of sun on a rainy day. Not enough. Well, we've had hail, we've had thunder and lightning, very close thunder and lightning, and hail, and rain, and more rain, and more rain. I'm starting to see the blue peeking out. Oh, and I found a roof. I came off the trail there and it was just pouring. I looked up, ooh, a roof. I was halfway up the ramp before I realized there was anybody here even. I'm like, on the other side I didn't see any cars, but they're doing like a body shop in here. So, oh, and the motorcycle I looked at in Ridgecrest. Ooh. Maybe next time. Clouds are going that way. That's definitely yuck over there. It's close. It's stopped 3 times though, and it starts up again. So, thinking about half an hour should be ready to go. Yeah. Okay, we're at the town of Wallace. The bike path and presumably the trains used to go basically underneath the freeway overpass. Kind of a neat looking little town. All the old buildings. And the river, I guess that's still the Coeur d'Alene River. I think it's the South Fork. Got about 7 miles to go till the end of the trail, and I'm going to make it into Montana today. It looks like. I wasn't sure exactly, but I lost about 2 hours when it rained. 1, I wasn't getting any solar. 2, I just got cold and tired, and then sitting there I lost my mojo, I think. So yeah, having a hard time getting going. The next 7 miles is going to be just pretty gradual, and then I think we get a really steep part after that, so that's going to be rough. And I still don't have much for solar, so, but blue sky now, so once I get out in the open we should be better off. Oh man, I made it. That should not have been that difficult. It's 3:30 now. I lost a lot of time because of the rain. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to park here for 20 minutes, half an hour, eat a snack, let the bike recharge, get it out of the shadow of the sign. There's some, the park bench over there again. The red truck looks like they're hauling bikes. I just saw a bunch of bikes go down. There's another red truck over there too, so it's probably doing the same thing. They got tour groups where they haul them up the hill and then you coast down. That seems like a smart idea. Anyway, this is the town of Mullan, M-U-L-L-A-N. Such as it is. That was a motel. It doesn't look like it's open. Yeah. I'm going to regroup and recharge, and then I got to get to the rest stop, which is in Montana, so it's not very far from here. I'll come back in a minute. From the side of Interstate 90, eastbound, well and truly off the road. Having a little nature walk here. As you can see from the length of the shadows, yeah, it's getting late in the day. I haven't got much power left. All right. Guess we can walk a few feet further away. If that makes any difference or not. Not much. Anyway, this is in that epic blunder kind of a thing. So I'm looking at the GPS. I got done the trail, and I know I got to get on the interstate, but I'm looking, and there's, on the bicycle mode, it shows another road that gets me about 5 miles further on the interstate. Would get me away from this hill. I mean, it's going to meet the hill anyway, but I'm like, well, you know, if I can take a little 2-lane road, take it a little different way, okay, fine. I just had that feeling like this is a bad idea. Well, eventually, I'm seriously like 5 miles into it. I get into the chicken path, and it's so steep I can't even push the bike up, much less ride it. So now I've committed all that time and the battery. So I got to go back down the hill, all the way back into town, and then take the freeway anyway. Oh, that just sucks, you know? Anyway, if I would have hit this hill at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, like I should have, I would have had plenty of power, because the sun was higher. I wouldn't have been as tired, but it was just kind of like, well, I was kind of tired from yesterday, and then the rain just completely screwed my day up, because I rode for a couple hours in the clouds, pulled the battery down, and it was cold, and so I was having trouble keeping going because I was cold and wet. So that just kind of screwed everything up. If that wouldn't have happened, I think I could have had a chance to pedal up this hill. I've pedaled up steeper hills, and it's only about 6 miles or something like that. But it would have been, yeah. In the morning, I would have had a better chance. So thinking of it like that, I actually considered trying to just sleep in this little town at the end of the trail. I don't know if I could have got away with that, because it's a little, I would have been in the middle of town, but it is a little town. Maybe. But then I would have been going up this hill with the sun in my face and not doing any good anyway. So, anyway, a few more hills, or a few more miles up the hill, then we coast about 5 or 6 miles down the other side, get to the rest stop. So that'll be the last report until we get there. I just want to remember that I would have made it up the hill, but I wasted all the time on the I ended up in a snowmobile parking lot. It's like, I can't, I looked at that and like, oh, this is not looking good. Yeah. This has got to be one for the record books. I'm walking across the line into Montana. Oh man. All right, we're at the top. So now I can start coasting down the hill, so I'll get back on now. It's 7:50 p.m. Elevation 4,725 feet, Lookout Pass. I can see the Montana sign from here, but it's on top of an overpass, so I can't even get a selfie with it, which kind of sucks. But I'm really too tired right now anyway. Oh, crap. All right, from here I got about 7 miles downhill, and it's going to be a steep hill. So I'll get to do some regen going down. I got 45 volts on the battery. That's about as low as I want it to be. So, yeah. I am just pooped. I put the sweatshirt on already because it's starting to get cool. I'm out of the sun now. I don't think I'm going to see the sun anymore going down the hill. The sun isn't down yet, but I'm in the shadow. So, yeah. Okay, here we go. 8:20 p.m. Safe off of the road. Yeah, you can just see a little bit of sun hitting the trees on the top of the hill. Oh man, I am just wiped. Considering how hard I pushed yesterday, I didn't have much left today, and I am just done. Oh, I just remembered there's somebody sleeping over there, so I'll try to get right. Anyway, yeah. Doesn't look like I have cell phone coverage here unless there's Wi-Fi, so I will edit this and upload it when I can. I think it was 110 miles to Missoula and 200 and something to Butte, maybe. So anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'm done. Bye.